So Captain America Brave New World's been out for about a month now. I've had some time to sit on it and think about Phase 5 so far. And honestly, it might be worse than Phase 4. So here's every Marvel Phase 5 project ranked from worst to best. Starting off, in last place, we got Secret Invasion. This show almost made me crash out and not be a Marvel fan. This shit was so fucking bad. I hate this show with passion. This shit is the worst project in the MCU by far. This shit is single-handedly making the MCU do a reboot after Secret Wars, mark my word. They will never mention this shit again. Secret Invasion is one of the best Marvel Comics events of all time, and this show completely butchered it. Up next, we got Echo. I totally forgot this show existed, I'm gonna be honest. The only thing I remember from the show is that Daredevil and the Kingpin are in it for a brief moment. Other than that, could not tell you what happened in the show. Ass. Marvel, let's stop making spin-offs of spin-offs. We don't need any more. Up next, we got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Now, I don't hate this movie as much as some people, but it's definitely not great. I thought the Kang stuff was kind of cool and a little interesting, but I hated that he got defeated by Ant-Man, and now it's just so fucking pointless because Jonathan Majors had to go assault his girlfriend. I'm glad they're doing Doom instead of Kang, but I would have liked to have seen his story wrapped up. Who knows, we might still, but I doubt it. This movie was just not that good and should have been a lot better, and that's why it's here. Up next, we got The Marvels. I am a lot higher on this movie than a lot of people. I actually genuinely enjoyed this movie when I first saw it, because my expectations were so low because so many people were just shitting all over it, but I really enjoyed it. I liked Monica Rambeau, and I really liked Miss Marvel in this movie, and I cannot wait to see what the post-credit scene with Beast ends up becoming. It's just so exciting and cool. Up next, we got Captain America Brave New World. This movie was just kind of meh. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I really liked the Red Hulk stuff, but I don't think this movie really went there. Like, it was trying to be Winter Soldier, but just it didn't have the weight of that movie. I still need to rewatch it, but it's just kind of there. I don't think it's the best movie ever, and I don't think it's the worst. It's definitely a middle-of-the-road Marvel movie, in my opinion. Coming up next, surprisingly, we have Agatha All Along. I went into the show expecting I was gonna fucking hate it. This is another spin-off of a character I do not care about. But I was genuinely surprised and really liked this show. I'm super excited to see what they do with Wiccan in the future, because I love the Young Avengers. That's one of my favorite comic arcs, and Children's Crusade is such a cool Marvel story. You all need to read it if you haven't. I think they're gonna be wrapping the Children's Crusade into Doomsday or Secret Wars as a Young Avengers subplot, and that would be so cool to see. Now we're getting into the bangers. Up next, we got Loki Season 2. I love Loki Season 1, and Loki Season 2 concluded that story so well. This show is so fire. I love everything about it. The vibes are just unmatched. The only thing I really didn't like was Victor Timely and how he was kind of just a goofball. I didn't really fuck with this character, but the ending of this show is some of the best content we've ever gotten in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Up next, we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This movie is so heartbreaking, and I love everything about it. It is the perfect conclusion to the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, and I'm actually so sad we're not going to see James Gunn return to this franchise. James Gunn's ability to pull emotion out of the audience is just unmatched. And the hallway scene in this movie, it's so peak. And coming in at the #1 spot, we got Deadpool and Wolverine. I love Wolverine, and to finally see him in the yellow and blue was just a dream come true. And yes, this movie had a ton of cameos, but I loved every single one of them. Especially Chris Evans as the Human Torch. I love that original Fantastic Four movie, and him coming back just meant so much. And seeing Channing Tatum finally get a chance to play Gambit was so cool. And the end credits with all the Fox actors and that tribute to them was just, it was so cool. I hate that people are turning on this movie because I really, really enjoyed it and think it had a lot of heart. It wasn't like the best movie ever, but it was definitely the best movie of Phase 5 in my opinion. What do you guys think? What are your top 3 favorite Phase 5 projects so far? I'm super hyped for Thunderbolts, and I think it's going to be the best movie in Phase 5, if that's a bold prediction, but I'm so hyped for that movie. And also Daredevil's got to wrap up. Those are the only 2 projects left in Phase 5. Otherwise, this list will probably stay the same.